It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines.
What's up, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be talking about this guy here. This is the Blue Yeti Blackout Edition microphone. So we're doing a lot of upgrades to the studio and a lot of upgrades to this channel, so I figured why not start with one of the most important parts of your video, and that is the audio. So we're gonna start seeing if we can get some better audio quality on the channel. Normally I do these talking head videos with the Rode VideoMic Go, just running straight into whatever camera I'm using, which right now we are using Sony a6400. And I'm not sure how you guys feel about the audio quality of that setup, but I think that it can be a little bit better. Now, this isn't exactly new tech. It's something that YouTubers have been using for years, the Blue Yeti microphones, but I feel like the results that you get from it are really good. The audio is really crisp and clear, plus it comes with a whole lot of different options built into the mic itself. So we'll get back to this guy in just a second. First, I want to talk about the 150 sub giveaway that we announced a couple weeks back for the small rig camera cage for the Sony mirrorless. This should fit the a6300, the a6400, the a6500, and I believe the a6000. So our winner is Ryan. So congratulations, Ryan. Go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at DrewSapphire and give me your details, DM me your details. That way I can get this sent out to you immediately. So moving back to the Blue Yeti microphone, so far in this video you guys have only heard audio from the Rode VideoMic Go. So now we're gonna switch it. So this is what it sounds like in cardioid mode with the Blue Yeti microphone giving you audio. So if you guys noticed on the box, this is the Blue Yeti Blackout Edition microphone, but it is the PUBG version. And the reason it's the PUBG version is because PUBG in this box gave a, let me find it, gave a voucher for a free download of the PUBG game. It's a $30 voucher. So on a first come, first serve basis, hit me up again on Instagram at DrewSapphire. Send me a DM if you want this. First come, first serve. Whoever wants this can have it. I'll scratch it off because it's got a little scratchy there. I'll scratch it off and give you guys the code, and you can have PUBG for free. If you've ever played PUBG, it's basically was Fortnite before Fortnite came out. It's more realistic, still pretty popular, and yeah, it's a pretty awesome game, I guess. You know, I don't play a whole lot of games, but this is pretty cool. So moving back to this, the Blue Yeti microphones come in a lot of different colors, but of course I got the Blackout Edition. It matches the studio, and black is sort of just my color. So this thing is pretty easy to use. The build quality on it's pretty solid. It's actually made out of like this aluminum or this metal with a few plastic pieces on the knobs, but the knobs all feel really great. And especially these knobs here that control the different settings and different functions on the mic itself, those all feel real mechanical, and I really appreciate the strong analog feel of those knobs. It's almost like turning an old analog TV. You remember those that clicked every time you turned them? So this kind of feels like that, especially the patterns knob here. So when you look at the box, the side or the back of the box, whatever you would call this, it actually tells you the different uses for this microphone. It tells you the different patterns and what you would use those patterns for. So you can pause the video if you want a close-up of that, but we'll go through each one and we will talk about them. So, first of all, I'll give you an overview of the buttons on the microphone itself. So on the rear of the microphone, which is the side facing away from you, you have the patterns. This is going to control the audio recording modes for the different scenarios that you're using the mic for. And then here you have the gain, which I probably need to lower. So what this is going to do is this is going to control the mic sensitivity. So if you have it up higher, you can be further away and it'll pick up your voice at a higher level, or if you have it down low, you can get closer in and you won't be peaking your audio. This is probably where I need it at. You won't have to speak as loud if the sensitivity is up high, and you can still be in close. And then you have these cool little thumb screws on the side that will allow you to adjust it while it's on its stand here. You can adjust it all the way down if you're putting it in travel mode, or you can, adjust it whatever angle depending on how high or how low you have this microphone, so it picks up your voice direction the best. On the bottom of this, you have a headphone port, so you can plug your headphones in, so you can monitor your audio and make sure you sound good. And then, of course, you have your mini USB input that you're going to plug in, and you're going to run your USB cable into your recording interface or recording device. Like right now I have it plugged into my laptop that's down here, which is running Adobe Audition, and that's how I'm capturing the audio. So running through these modes real quick, right now we have cardioid, stereo, omnidirectional, and bidirectional. So when you look at cardioid, this is what we're in now. It picks up only from the front of the microphone, and it is good for game streaming, Skype and Discord, podcasts, and voiceovers is what Blue suggests are the best uses for this particular pattern. So now if we go to stereo, which is this one here, you guys will hear this click as it goes. Stereo picks up audio from all 4 directions, so it's good for vocals, ensemble choir, instruments, and basically just, I guess anything that you want to pick up audio from all sides. So the cool thing about stereo is if you talk on this side, you'll hear it louder in one ear and in one channel. If you talk in this side, you'll hear it louder in one channel on the other side. Here it'll sound different. Back here it'll sound different. Right? That's pretty cool. So stereo is pretty awesome. I like that one a lot. And then if we go to omnidirectional, omnidirectional picks up from all 4 sides. It's good for conference calls, field recordings, events, and orchestras. So you should be able to hear me no matter which side I'm on speaking into the microphone, right? Sounds pretty awesome. So for me, something like this would be good if you have a bunch of friends talking, or if you have an interview with a whole bunch of people. Set it in the middle of the table, put it on this setting, and you'll capture all that audio goodness. So the next one is going to be bidirectional. So this one is good for interviews, instruments, and vocal duets. So if I was shooting a podcast and I wanted to cheap out, I would put this microphone on a table, and I would have me and I would have the other person that I'm doing the podcast with or interviewing sitting on the opposite side, because it only picks up audio from the front and the rear of the microphone. And that's how I would do it with one microphone. We would just have to take turns talking to make sure we weren't talking over each other. But to me, that's a good, cheap, easy way to do it. But for most of the cases I'll be using it for, it'll be in cardioid, which kind of looks like an upside down heart, or butt cheeks, or whatever that looks like to you. So on the front of this microphone, you have a volume knob. All the volume knob is for when you're monitoring it in your headphones. And then you have a mute button that is solid red, and if you press it, it blinks red, and that's just to let you know that it's actually muted. And the mute is only good, really, the only thing I could see that being used for is if you are, doing a podcast or interviewing somebody and you have multiple mics and they start to talk, and you want to make sure that you're not picking up any of your breathing or any noise that you're making while recording. You would hit the mute just for that reason, to make sure that you're not getting any unwanted sound in there while you're recording something else. But I'm not a total audio snob. I'm not real technical about it, but I do know what good audio is supposed to sound like. So as I learn more about audio, I want to share the tips and tricks with you guys. So as I get into more into Adobe Audition and learn more of the technical side of the software and, you know, upgrading mics and such, then I'm really going to go in and I'm going to share all of that with you. But I think this is a good first step in that direction to get the audio quality where it needs to be for this channel, especially for a lot of the things I'm going to be rolling out in the future here and on my other social media platforms, you know. So definitely, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you know, check out @DrewSapphire. There's going to be a lot of cool things happening there, especially on the IGTV side. And I'm constantly updating the stories thing. So when I buy new stuff or doing behind the scenes, it always goes in Instagram stories. So definitely check that out. So guys, let me know what you think about the audio quality. Does this sound better than the Rode Video Mic Go? So one more time. This is the Rode Video Mic Go. Does this sound decent to you? Is this something that we should continue to use? Or this is the Blue Yeti Blackout Edition microphone. Does this sound better? I hope so, because I've already bought this thing. So let me know in the comments below. Hit any of the buttons below if my video was entertaining, if it was helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And remember, guys, as always, just go shoot. I'll see you on the next one. USB microphone.